Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean, in helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So Tarotscope readings for the month of April 2022. Remember, you're going to want to watch two videos, one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. If you're unfamiliar with your North Node, there's going to be some links in the description box below to help you find, and also some videos about the North Node that you should watch if you care to. So let's get started on the readings. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for everybody with their North Node in Taurus and or the second house. So I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th. And then this side over here represents the 16th of the month to the end. I did another book divination for all of the North Nodes. And what I got for you this month, North Nodes in Taurus and or the second house, was about you're learning to, things that are happening in your life, you're learning to develop a higher sense of self-worth. And I feel like this is a heavy burden a lot of you carry, which is like, outwardly you could, be super confident and seem like you have a lot of like, self-esteem and self-worth, but there could be some, deep-seated issues that are like burdening you that you carry around, but kind of like maybe hidden. A lot of you, it's like hidden. And I feel like a lot of you are like coming out of that. In the first half of the month, there is going to be a situation that I'm seeing happen where you are being forced to make decisions on an emotional level about things. It could be decisions about, like, for different people it's different, but it's the same thing. It's like making these emotional decisions about relationships, where to go in relationships, where to even, like, do I move? It could be career, but there's a lot of decisions that are being made, and a lot of them have to do with you learning about this whole like self-love and self-worth thing, like making decisions based on you, like what's right for you. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you, you're coming out of a time of like almost like a dark period. Like I feel like there's two sets of people. There are some of you that are struggling, but that are coming out of a darker period. And then there's others that are struggling more and they feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Now remember, the collective North Node is in Taurus right now. Okay, it's in your North Node. Okay, and even, or if you have your North Node in the second house, it's a very similar energy. Okay, and the South Node is in Scorpio, or the 8th house, right? So there's a lot on the collective level. We're seeing a lot of situations where, we're seeing the North Node, which is Taurus, which is independence, self-worth, forging ahead, being able to be, like I said, independent. Or we're seeing South Node, Scorpio things played out, like codependency, could be a thing. It also could be like lashing out or not being fully in control of like our emotional bodies. So that there's that kind of a thing, playing out. And so I feel like what the situation is that you're going through this first half of the month is balancing it out, okay, in that sense, to where some of you are further along. Now, let me address if you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and you're balancing that out, you could feel this month where it's like a burden and a struggle to move forward. Okay, even if you are kind of coming out of it, you're still struggling to kind of see the end in sight. What I have to tell you is this: is that remember that when you're going through a situation, check in with yourself, whatever the situation is. Always check in with yourself and say to yourself, how am I feeling about myself in this moment? How am I feeling about myself? How am I feeling about my life in this moment? And if you don't get a positive answer inwardly, if you don't get a positive answer, if you're not, that's how you check in with your self-worth. Because here's the thing, your superpower and why we need you North Nodes in Taurus in this lifetime is because, I connect with this energy a lot because I've got a lot of energy I'm working through with the planet Pluto, okay? And, and also Mars. And Mars and Pluto are your planets, right? And the reason that you're important is because by you being here, you have the ability to help people recognize their shadow side and also work with their shadow side to overcome their shadow side, because we never want to get rid of it, but it's about controlling it. And that's what a lot of this is going on with this collective North Node in Taurus, right? So that's what you have important work here to do, is what I'm saying. But what happens a lot of time with that South Node in Scorpio is because there is these past lives of really, really bonding energetically with people and feeling that need to really have this very, very intimate bond with people. It's almost like it's now in this lifetime, it's about, okay, you're supposed to also be an independent from other people. So you can find yourself really, really like latching on and bonding with people throughout your life. Probably you can recognize this when you're younger. But if you notice a lot of times, since the universe is trying to readjust this energy, the more you try to bond, it's almost like it's like the magnet where the opposite polarity, where it's like pushing it away, the more you try to chase that. And so that's what I'm seeing is this balancing going on, where you always have to learn about who you are and your value as a person apart from, other people. Now, the second half of the month, again, I'm seeing that there could be a situation that is coming up, and I'm seeing it could be something to where it's a negative situation, okay, but it's someone not being very nice, okay, in the second half of the month that's going to challenge you. And because what happens is when a person doesn't have high self-esteem and high self-worth, what can happen is that can attract bullies, it can attract haters type of a thing, okay? A lot of you may have experienced this where you've had you don't know why, but even though you're nice to people or whatever, there could be it can attract abusive situations, into your life. I feel like for a lot of you, this challenge, although it could be on a personal level in a relationship, I feel like a lot of it could be work related, okay? Now, remember this, what you want to remember is when this happens, you have the power to get yourself out of it. Because when a person that is trying to put another person down, let's say, and the person that's trying to put this other person down, the other person has high self-esteem and high self-worth, they're able to bounce back very quickly because they know who they are. They have enough self-worth and self-love to where they're like, yeah, I mean, they might get mad or they might, get hurt or whatever by it, but it doesn't really ding them that bad. No one likes that to happen, but when a person has a lower self-esteem, it's more and more, hurtful. So I'm seeing like if this happens, okay, where someone is challenging your self-worth in some way, that's the time when you have to dig deep in there, okay? And your self-worth, I'm going to tell you one of the things, as I said before, the gift you bring to the world is you're helping people and the collective to root out and deal just by your presence of people in your life. Like, it's some of the reasons why some people may be uncomfortable around you, because of you have this aura the aura is very, penetrating, and it's helping people to see the shadow sides of life. It's not just all, rainbows and sunshine type of a thing, okay? So you have a big role to play, but it's important that you understand like your own value. And so that's what I think is really, really happening for you right now. Just remember, remember your value as a person. And when you go off and you can learn to gain that self-worth, that is where that closeness and bonding that you really desire, like having these really, really like strong bonds, will be able to really come to you. It's gonna turn that repelling energy away and turn it around and actually make it an attracting energy. And you're going to see it's just like a whole game changer. So remember, wherever it is you're on this North Node path, whatever challenges come up, you are valuable, okay? You have a lot of worth. And the last thing I will say that did come up too, remember, don't compare who you are and yourself and your life to other people, to other people's lives, whether it's on social media or around you, okay? You are an individual. Everyone else is on their own trip, because that's one of the energies that can happen. It could be a lot of like comparison. So there could be like envy and jealousy that comes in, but that's only that looking at others is because it's like you are looking for that self-worth like outside of you, and you're viewing other people's situations and life situations. And so then that's what could cause this. Remember, go inside. You need to learn that you do have a lot of value to bring, here in this incarnation. And when you do this, when you start to love yourself and you start to see your worth, it's going to be a complete, game changer for you. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you'd like a personal reading, there'll be a link in the description box below. Would love to hear from you in the comments. If you could hit that like button, it helps the algorithm gods, and subscribe if you're not already. Much love, much appreciation. Thank you for sharing some time with me, and we'll see you again on some more videos. Many blessings.